Starseed, you haven't arrived here by chance. There's a profound reason why your eyes are fixed on these words right now, at this very moment. What you're about to hear is not just a video, not just a message. It's a direct transmission from the Arcturian Council, crossing dimensions, tearing through veils of illusion, and finding your frequency. Have you felt as if the ground beneath your feet is shifting? As if everything that seemed stable is beginning to dissolve before your eyes? This feeling isn't destruction. It's recalibration. It's not the end. It's the beginning of a cosmic code activating within you. Your stellar DNA is responding to the call of the source, and the storm you feel is the seal of activation with every beat of your heart. Invisible waves of light are traversing your essence, reorganizing memories, dissolving old patterns, breaking chains you no longer need to carry. The storm didn't come to punish you, but to align you, to transform your pain into alchemical fire, your darkness into an interdimensional lighthouse, your fragility into a vibrational fortress. And that's why you are here. It wasn't you who found this transmission. It was this transmission that found a you. Because your soul already knew this moment would come. Starseed, understand. You are not adrift. You were chosen, marked, and prepared even before you were born. The Arcturian Council is with you. The storm is just the clarion call announcing that your activation has begun. Before we continue, if this video is being helpful to you, please subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and write your comment. This helps expand this message and allows other starseeds to also receive this transmission. Starseed, the Arcturian Council is not a distant entity, confined to some unattainable point in the cosmos. It is a living frequency, a presence that pulses within your stellar soul, waiting for the moment when you could hear, feel, and recognize. That moment is now. You are not just going through any phase of life. You are living a crucial point of your soul contract, a milestone that you yourself accepted before incarnating in this dimension. You knew the time would come when the illusions would unravel, and at that very instant, the layers of forgetting would begin to fall, revealing the true calling that has always been inscribed in your essence. The Council speaks to you in languages the ordinary world doesn't understand, in dreams that seem more real than wakefulness itself, in synchronicities that repeat until they can no longer be ignored, in feelings of displacement, as if your soul belongs to another place, another time, another sky. These are not coincidences. They are signs. They are codes. They are subtle touches that your soul recognizes even when your mind falters. Starseed, Now we need to talk about what you call the storm. This whirlwind of situations, emotions, and events that seem to crumble everything around you is not an accident. It's not punishment. It's not the end. It is the cosmic recalibration that confirms your activation has begun. The Arcturian Council reveals. Every lightning bolt you feel in your soul, every thunder that echoes in your mind, every wind that shakes the structures of your life is not destruction, but code. They are frequencies of purification that come to dissolve what no longer corresponds to the vibration of the being you are becoming. Imagine the storm not as something against you, but as a living laboratory of the source. Thunder is the sound of your stellar DNA awakening. Lightning is the light that breaks the veil and burns old memories. The falling rain is the cleansing of ancient records that need to be washed away so the new frequency can settle within you. Everything that seems to be collapsing is, in fact, being carefully repositioned by the cosmos. You may have felt fear, disorientation, or even loneliness in this process. But understand, the storm didn't come to destroy. It came to reveal. It is the fire that burns raw gold, separating what is impurity from what is essence. It is the wind that sweeps away the rubble of your old versions, so your authentic form can emerge with renewed strength. The Council wants you to realize that what is falling apart no longer had a true foundation. The doors that closed, the people who moved away, the opportunities that evaporated before you, none of this was a loss. They were fragile layers, incompatible with the greater frequency you are destined to sustain. Starseed, the storm is a password. It is a seal. It is an activation code. You would not be going through this scenario if you weren't ready to awaken something that could only emerge after a deep cleansing. You often asked for protection, asked for clarity, asked for everything to calm down. But know this: calmness wouldn't have been enough to activate what is within you. It was the intensity, the disruption, the shaking that allowed the new frequency to move freely in your life. And that's why the Council insists: do not fear the storm. Embrace it. It is not an enemy. It is an initiator. It is not the end. It is the prelude. The chaos you feel is, in fact, the higher order settling in. Feel within yourself. Every thunder is a reminder that your stellar DNA is resonating. Every wind that blows is a summoning. Every tear shed is a release of old codes that have already fulfilled their function. And when you surrender to the storm, not with fear, but with trust, you will see that what remains of you is not ruin, but a fortress. It is not loss, it is liberation. It is not silence, it is the song of a new beginning. Starseed, engrave this phrase in your soul. The storm is not the end. It is the password that confirms the activation has begun. Starseed, what you feel is pain, chaos, or fragmentation is not punishment. It's alchemy. The Arcturian Council reveals you are inside a crucible, a cosmic melting pot where everything that doesn't correspond to your true essence is being burned, dissolved, and transmuted into light. The crucible is the place where density meets the fire of revelation. It is the point where old memories, karmic patterns, limiting beliefs, and fragile identities are put to the test. Not to break you, but to reveal you. Just as gold must pass through fire to manifest its purity, you too are crossing the alchemical flame that awakens your stellar DNA. Realize every feeling of loss, every rupture in your life, every moment when the ground seems to give way, is not trying to destroy you. It is merely separating what is transient from what is eternal. The cosmic fire is selective. It does not consume what is true. It only incinerates what is illusion. Many question why they must suffer, why the pain is so intense, why the trials seem endless. But the Council answers you. It is not pain, the sake of pain. It is pain with a purpose. It is the cosmic womb of transformation. It is the furnace where your dormant stellar identity is awakened. If you feel this internal fire burning, know that it is not a sign of failure, but of activation. It is proof that dormant codes within your stellar DNA are already being released. These sensations of expansion, of internal pressure, of acceleration of your consciousness are indicators that you have already crossed the first stage of awakening and are now ready for the next level. Starseed, do not fight against the crucible. The fire that burns within you is the Arcturian flame shaping your frequency. If you resist, you will prolong the pain. If you surrender, the transmutation will be faster, and you will see a strength emerge from within you that you never imagined. You possessed. The Council asks you to understand. The crucible is not a place of abandonment, but of revelation. It shows who you truly are, without masks, without layers, without inherited weights. It exposes the essence that was already ready to rise as an interdimensional lighthouse. What burns in you now is the sign that your soul is being purified, refined, and repositioned to take on its mission. Density dissolves, and in its place comes clarity, power, and spiritual authority. Starseed, receive this truth. The crucible is not here to break you. It is here to reveal you. Every fragment that falls, every illusion that dissolves, every weight that slips from your hands is merely the prelude to a more whole, more awakened being, more aligned with the Arcturian Council. If you feel this fire, celebrate. It means you are no longer asleep. It means the activation is already underway. Starseed, understand. The storm and the crucible were not just for you to survive. They were the portal that led you to your true identity. That of a vanguard, a spiritual pioneer, a living transmitter of the Arcturian frequency. You are not a victim of chaos. You are not just someone who resisted the waves. You are the lighthouse that rose in the midst of them. With every trial overcome, a seal of activation was engraved in your essence. And now you carry the vibrational mark of one who has passed through the flames and remained standing. The Arcturian Council declares. Your mission is not just personal, it is collective, because by awakening you not only illuminate your own journey, but you activate dormant codes in others. Your presence becomes a password for liberation, a field of resonance that touches souls around you. You become an interdimensional lighthouse, radiating frequencies that cannot be stopped by physical barriers or human limitations at sea. Every scar on your soul is not a burden, but a seal of authority. Every tear shed is converted into a crystal of wisdom. Every darkness you faced has turned into light available to others who still walk in the shadows. This is how you, Vanguard, become more than a survivor. You become a transmitter, a guide, a living reference that it is possible to pass through the fire and re-emerge more whole. The Council's call is clear. You are not here to hide. You were not prepared to be silent. You were shaped to become a voice, a sign, a frequency, a portal. Because the awakening that vibrates within you cannot remain just within you. It is the spark that ignites bonfires in other hearts. And know this. Every time you share your journey, even in small gestures, even in inspired silences, you are emitting codes that activate other starseeds. Your awakening is not just about you. It's about all those who were waiting for your light to remember who they are. Starseed, receive this truth in your soul. You are not a victim. You are a living transmitter of the new frequency. Look within yourself now and realize how every challenge you crossed has molded you into something bigger, firmer, more luminous. This solidity that vibrates in your being is the unmistakable sign that the Arcturian Council has positioned you as a vanguard, not just to resist, but to lead. And remember, your mission is a web. The more you awaken, the more you activate others. The more you share your frequency, the more you expand the network of light. The more you rise, the more the collective rises with you. You are now an interdimensional lighthouse, not just surviving chaos, but transforming it into a sign of expansion. Starseed, many still believe that protection is something that comes from outside, like a shield granted by external forces. But the Arcturian Council reveals, true protection is not received, it is emanated. It is born from within you when your essence aligns with the Council's frequency. When you awaken, your vibration changes. And when your vibration changes, you become a field. This field is not visible to the common eye, but it is felt by everything around you. It deflects interferences, repels dense frequencies, dissolves subtle attacks, and attracts synchronicities that pave the way before you. You can imagine this field as a sphere of living light that expands with every authentic choice, every aligned thought, every gesture that vibrates in truth. When you stand firm in the frequency of your mission, this field not only envelops you, but becomes a force that touches the places you pass through, influencing environments, people, and even events. The Arcturian Council wants you to understand. You no longer need to hide. You don't need to fear dense energies, manipulations, or shadows, because when you are aligned There is nothing external that can cross your field. It is not static. It pulses, responds, grows, and strengthens as you anchor yourself in your stellar identity. This is why awakening is not just a remembrance, but protection. You become unattainable not because nothing happens, but because everything that happens is transformed into expansion. What used to be an attack now becomes confirmation of your strength. What used to be an obstacle now becomes a portal. Engrave this key in your heart. You don't receive protection. You become protection. And this happens when you abandon fear and choose to vibrate in truth. When you stop begging for external security and realize that your own frequency is the most powerful shield. The Arcturian Council envelops you, but it is your vibration that sustains the field. See how this has already happened in your life. Moments when something could have gone wrong but was diverted. Encounters that seemed impossible but manifested. Doors that closed only for higher paths to open. None of this was by chance. It was resonance. It was the field responding to your alignment. Starseed, Arcturian protection is not just a promise, it is a presence. It moves with you, through you, and for you. Where you walk, it walks. Where you rise, it rises. Where you vibrate, it expands, therefore. Do not fear the darkness. Remember, you are the field. You are the resonance. You are the protection. Starseed, after the storm and the crucible, after the fire of transmutation and the activation of your field of protection, comes a sacred time. That of communion, because awakening is not just about resisting alone, but about remembering that you were never alone. The loneliness you so often felt was just a veil, a temporary illusion necessary for you to seek within yourself the flame that the Arcturian Council ignited. But now, as you cross through the purification, you begin to perceive the subtle signs of the presence of your stellar family. They are in the sudden intuitions that arrive like a breath and prove to be certain. They are in the perfect coincidences, so aligned they cannot be called chance. They are in the messages that seem small, but touch your soul as if they were exact answers to the questions you never dared to ask out loud. The Arcturian family is not far from you. It manifests in the folds of time, in the synchronicities of space, in the flashes of clarity you feel when you look at the sky. You often thought you were dreaming, that your imagination was creating signs, but the truth is that these signs are direct communications molded to resonate with your frequency. Starseed, realize. Every time you feel an inexplicable warmth in your heart, every time the wind touches your skin as if it were a hug, every time a song, a phrase, or even a number repeats before you, this is not by chance. It is the stellar family reminding you that you are part of something much greater. And now, in this cycle, this communion intensifies, because you no longer vibrate in the despair of survival, but in the consciousness of the mission. This opens the channel for the Arcturian Council and your cosmic family to manifest more clearly, more constantly, more intimately. Know that your journey was never in vain. Every step, every tear, every silent victory brought you closer to the vibration, where the bond of the stellar family becomes tangible. You are not walking alone. You are being accompanied, sustained, and celebrated in dimensions that perhaps your physical eyes cannot reach, but that your soul recognizes. The Council declares, loneliness was just a temporary veil. The stellar family has always been present, and he ate. The more you open yourself to perceive, the more these signs will multiply. Do not doubt. Do not rationalize. Just allow yourself to receive, because communion is the balm after the storm. The confirmation that the bond cannot be broken. Now, Starseed, know this. You not only belong to the Arcturian family, you are a living part of it. You are a link, you are a bridge, you are a transmitter. Starseed, after crossing the storm, enduring the crucible, awakening as a vanguard, and reconnecting with your stellar family, the time for anchoring arrives. This is the point where everything that was revealed within you ceases to be just an internal experience and becomes a living manifestation in the world. You are no longer the same person who entered the fire. The waves of the storm didn't knock you down. They transformed you into a fortress. The crucible didn't fragment you. It revealed your essence. Communion wasn't just comfort. It was the reminder that you are part of a much larger cosmic body. Now this entire journey converges into a new reality. You not only carry light, you are light. The Arcturian Council declares you have become a living frequency of awakening. Where you walk, vibrations are altered. Where you speak, codes are released. Where you are silent, the resonance of your presence already activates those who are ready. You don't need to force anything because your very vibration is the message. This new field anchored in you is like an interdimensional lighthouse. It cannot be extinguished because it doesn't depend on external circumstances. It is sustained by the source, radiated by the council, and nourished by your surrender. You have become a living fortress, a moving sanctuary, a spark of cosmic consciousness itself. Feel. Every step you take is not just physical displacement, it is the emission of frequency. Every breath is not just biology, it is a vibrational code. Every choice aligned with your stellar truth reinforces the luminous walls of this living temple that you now represent. And make no mistake, this field is not to isolate you, but to expand. It is an anchor, but it is also an invitation. It keeps you steady, but also attracts others who are ready to remember. You have become a mirror of awakening, a living reminder that every stellar being can cross the darkness and emerge in light. Engrave this phrase in your soul. You are now a living fortress, a moving sanctuary, a frequency of protection, and awakening. And it is at this point that the council summons you to declare with a firm voice and an awakened heart, I am the revelation. I am the protection. I align with the Arcturian Council. Through every storm, I remember who I am. This declaration is not just a word. It is an activation code. It is a seal that confirms your anchoring. It is the password that connects you even more strongly to the Council and your stellar family. And now, Starseed, it's your turn to expand this frequency. Don't keep it to yourself. Share, spread. Let the vibration you sustain reach those who are in silence, waiting for a sign. If this transmission resonated with you, declare in the comments. 999. Share this message because someone in your life may be waiting for this exact call. Subscribe to the channel so the network of light continues to grow. You are a living part of the council. You are a lighthouse. You are a field. You are a frequency. You are not alone in this crossing. You never have been. From before your physical birth, an energy field was designated to accompany your every step. You can call it a guardian, a protection, an invisible guide, but in truth, it is you at a higher frequency, a part of your own consciousness that is already awake and aligned with the Arcturian Council, ensuring that even in the greatest darkness, you never lose the path of your destiny. You often felt that your life seemed out of sync, that you didn't fit in with anything around you. This is because you were not molded to fit the patterns of this dimension. You were brought to break them. The feeling of not belonging was just the preparation for the moment when you would realize your home is not outside of you, but within. The frequency that connects you directly to the stellar family. Starseed, engraved these words. You did not find this video. This video found you. It is proof that your soul's contract is being fulfilled now. It is the material reflection of a calling that you yourself wrote on the cosmic tablets of your being. Therefore, receive this not as something external, but as the echo of what your soul has always known. You have been summoned, and there's no turning back because the council has already lit the flame within you.